Here we are back with the fourth build installment of Venusaur by Lego Pokemon. This is set number 72153. Contains over 6,800 pieces. Retails for a nice big chunk of $649.99. That was provided by the Lego Group for review. Thank you, Lego. And yeah, so this is the Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur trio. And so far, we've just done this in the last installment, which covers bags 7, 8, and 9. And we're still at a 9.5. It's still pretty sturdy. Not too bad. At least we're under 60 bags now. And yeah, so today we're going to be focusing on bags 10, 11, and 12 in this installment. And I don't know yet. We'll have to see how well it goes. I already have everything keyed up, and today is the 17th of April, 2026. But before we can begin, I've got to read off the disclaimer. These are not to be considered or construed as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials, because I may end up getting my elbow in the way or cover the build-up, or I may forget pieces and put them in later on. So you have to watch the video all the way through, because, yeah, I do make mistakes, but I found out some actually like the mistakes in here to avoid what I've done wrong in these. So that's always a good thing. In addition to that, these are just for entertainment purposes. This is not my job. This is not my full-blown career. This is just a hobby of mine. So don't expect me to get this all done in one day. Okay, this is just something I do just in spare time to get away from stress and stuff like that. And in addition, these videos are just merely for entertainment purposes. You know, I tell stories in here, stuff like that. Lego doesn't pay me to say things. I say them. That kind of thing. Except that this set is a paid promotional offer. That's the only thing I have to emphasize here. Other than that, the stories and opinions are mine and mine alone. So, you know, if you like this kind of commentary, you're in the right place. Okay, well, let's begin. Let's build it. So it begins. Yeah, I'm going to try to release one of these every day, unless I can't. Ooh, at least we'll be here for probably about 15 or so minutes with that. I have never seen these like that before. That's unusual. Well, it looks like, you know, those would be good for airplanes, although I need them in white. But, hey, you know, one good thing about when I go through these sets, now I know a part exists in a certain color. Kind of gets me enticed to go and buy them. Get some extra pieces. And yeah, well, looks like we're back at the chassis again, or the frame, or the body, or internal torso, whatever you want to call this thing. Yeah, so I had to do some video editing. I'm still working on some sets right now. My goal is I'm trying to get as many things edited as I can. After I get done with this one, I got to work on an education set. And after I get done with the educational set, if I have at least about an hour, hour and a half, I will continue on with this one here. The reason why I'm doing it is to break the monopolist of just constantly filming and filming and filming and filming. You know, it just so I try to film at least 3 build installments a day, regardless of what it is, and then I start editing it in one other day, and then send them up and proof them. So, like right now, this counts as a film installment. When I edit, that's another installment, and then proofing the video on YouTube, that's a 3rd installment. I try to do at least 3 tasks a day. Okay, I'm running across nothing but these here. So what that does is, like I said, just breaks it up. You know, I don't want to be just here all day, just in front of the computer with my eyes taped open and just doing editing. That just, it's not fun. I mean, especially if you're a computer programmerist and you're just doing that all day. And then doing this more is not that entertaining, you know. But, you know, that kind of thing. But hey, at least we're getting things done here. So there's a couple things that I'm looking at getting tutorials done. I'm hoping this week I can get a vehicle done. Ooh, careful, that thing's kind of unstable there. Is I need to get a vehicle built and start filming that tutorial, because it's an idea that I want to preserve. And I got a bunch of other little things I got to get done chores-wise around the house, so I can't just stay in the Lego room all day. I actually got to go out and do things. Yeah. Yeah, Pokemon, I mean, yeah, I mean, this is, I wish that they give us little animal figures, little Pokemon figures with trainers and stuff that we could have a lot of fun with, but, you know, I don't know why they don't, but maybe one day they will. Okay, now it looks like we're moving on to some kind of assembly here. I will try to index these as best as I can for your convenience, so I will try my best to do so. Yeah. What I'm going to try to do is get done with this set today. Well, I'm not going to get the whole thing done. It's impossible. A friend of mine already had this set before me, you know, because like I said, I'm really kind of behind on doing reviews. And he said it's a very fun build. It's very fun. I'm having fun putting it together, but it took him about a week or so to assemble it. So I'm assuming that this one here is going to take about that long for me to assemble too. But remember, I'm also illustrating and doing all that stuff, so it will take me a little bit more time. But, you know, no big hurry. I want to savor the flavor. You know, if I could be watching anime right now while I'm doing building tutorials and stuff. But at least here we are having fun with this. And I'm missing another one of these caps here. Where did that go? Okay, I see it. So now we're putting, I think we're putting the skin on now. Okay. So this goes here with these at the top. You're going to have to muscle that in a bit here. Pinch that in there. I really want that to be bonded very well. Well, we obviously know which end that is. That kind of thing. And at least we survived that. Okay, now it looks like we're doing another section here. So today we might be just adding skin. Just wait till we get to the plant on top of him. Boy, that's going to be kind of brutal, huh? My nose is trying to run, and I'm like, oh no, don't you dare run. You know what? Let me take a look here. We might be in for mirrors. I think this is a mirror. I think what I'm going to do is use this one from the book here, and I'm going to mirror it. Why am I going to do that? For brevitivity. It's better than trying to cram it in and do one at a time. I know some prefer that, but I really don't want to spend literally hours working on one bag. Speaking of that, I forgot to give shout outs in another video. I had to add that in there. That's the only thing bad about sometimes doing the shout outs. It's not like I have to do it, but it could, you know, I'll forget. Oh, we get these in blue. Cool. I just need them in roof colors. Yeah. It's taken me a while to get caught up on comments and stuff. It's just, everything keeps getting in the way here. Alright, we need to flip this over like that. Alright. Let's start with the 1x1 plates here. Yeah, my nose is starting to run. Oh no. Means I'll have to blow it. Hey, at least I edit those parts out for you. Some people don't even edit out the coughing. I will, because, yeah, let's keep it kind of clean here, you know. I don't need to litter up my videos. Yeah, I'll have to watch some more cartoons here. But I can't right now because I got to film. Making sure I'm not on battery, because my battery in this thing was almost dead. Burned up the battery mostly just plugging it into the computer, and I left it on. I was trying to send up files from the camera. So yeah. Okay, we are still adding parts in here. I have to honestly say though, they really have a lot of parts invested into this, you know, which is cool. Okay, okay, it looks good. Flip it back over. Now we're going to have to fortify this with some parts. I've been reading a lot of the comments. Some of you say I'm a lifesaver on putting these sets together. You know, 'cause some get confused on the builds. Well, you're not the only one, because I get confused too. So at least here I'm illustrating my mistakes and showing you things what not to do. Let's put it that way. If you see me doing it and it doesn't look right, most likely you're not supposed to do that. And yeah, so looks like we're skinning Bulbasaur, or no, Venusaur. I kind of wish this was like a Charmander, Bulbasaur, and a Squirtle. You know, I did read one of your comments. I think it might have been from Brick that you're not really into Pokemon. I said the same thing until I started watching it when I was in college. So yeah, I was like, yeah, who's gonna watch this? But yeah, I did. You know, and then this here. Okay, so we got this ball joint here. It looks like it goes there. Yeah, I just hope that's not going to interfere with it. This is where sometimes getting that 3D app might be worth it. The only problem with that 3D app, it doesn't work well with older devices, and I'm not going to just burn my battery up on my phone just to use it. So yeah, maybe that's the piggy bank or something. That would be kind of cool if it was. Yeah. Okay, now we're putting another piece together here, not related to that. 1x5s. Those will come in handy. But I think I already got a lot of those in yellow anyway, so. One other thing though about building through sets is that you could see what parts a set has. Let's say you're just watching this to see what parts a set contains. You know, and this goes on the top. This is one way of doing it here. Just to see what's involved. You might, hey, I like that piece. I got to find that. You know, just pull up the building guide and grab the parts you need out of it. That's what I do. I'll thinking, oh, I need those parts, and I'll look it up. And you know, I keep my building guides. I may have to start recycling building guides pretty soon because I got so many of them. And they're taking up space versus I have the digital downloads that I can just store on a media server and recall them. But LEGO already has them posted on theirs. Okay. Not too bad, huh? As long as these clamps are on this side here. Was that a smart device I hear? I thought I had that on mute. Yeah, a lot of us here are not sleeping very well. It's starting to get to that point of the year where it's just getting so hot and miserable, and the AC. They were asking me if are we going to still be able to run it, and I said, well, I'll run it, but I'll go up there and check, and if I start seeing water spilling out of it, then we're going to have to shut it off. But I have 2 air conditions on the house. The one that broke down is the one back here where the sleeping quarters are at, you know. The other one is like where the kitchen, living room's at, and a lot of us really are in there. Looks like we'll have to have a slumber party in that part of the house if it gets too toasty. So this hinges in here. Like that. Okay, I thought this was some kind of a door. But not really. But it would have been nice if they made that into some kind of a storage compartment. Would have been cool. And then now we got to do this side over here, which we already did. I'm checking my work. Okay, we install it. Okay, life is good. Now we got to focus here. So we got to make 2 of these. So anytime you see a small bag, yeah, it takes a little longer. But, you know, I mean, hey. Alright, and then we put a tile in there. Just about done with this section. And yeah, this goes here. Wait a minute, before we put that there, put that on there first. That'd make it a little easier. And then we'll start sticking these here. I mean, how far we got left on this card? I just got done with an hour off this memory card too. I may be able to do 3 installments on this today. We'll see here. And those go right here. So I'm assuming that this is probably the front of Venusaur. That's it's starting to come along, huh? At least we got the skin there, and that's what we have remaining for the build, just 1 piece, and it's got some weight to it, and it's built very well for what it is. Okay, now we're going to be scooting on with bag 11 here. I hope there's no little paper bags in this. I hope this one's an easy one with big pieces. Oh, no. Probably another 15-20 minutes. Jay, what's the hurry? No hurry, I like big pieces. It's easier to grab onto them. And we get a nice selection of parts there. I always like to see what's in these. Most of these pieces I've seen in one form or another, especially 3x3 plates. Those are really becoming common. I just have a small butter container full of those, and I found out, oh, I'm glad now I checked. Look what it's asking. 11 and 12. So, yeah, we're going to be doing it double time. You know what, I bet we're probably, oh, we are building mirrors. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, okay, so now we know that that's going on. I want to thank everyone on my main channel and Patreon for being contributors. It's always a big help, as well as everyone who takes the time to check out my rubricable profile and my building guides, because that always helps. And in addition to all that, if you like this style of video and just like hear me making a fool of myself and telling stories and stuff, here you are, you're in the right place. I always appreciate that too. And feel free to jingle a comment, like, subscribe, comment, all that other stuff. So we're building 2 of these. Okay. So, yeah, let's get going here. I'm trying not to bump into things here. When I start the next model, it'll be set off to the side. I won't keep it on the workbench, because technically right now everything is what we're going to be doing here. So these are just regular old clones. So what am I going to do? Build them as a clone. Okay. And I'm making sure those are the right size here. Yeah. That's not obviously how that's supposed to go. So, like, am I ever going to part something like this out? I don't know yet. It's still kind of debatable. Anything, I'll probably just not use the stands. I think, to me, just the creatures alone, I think people are going to be after. The stands are more just like a filler item. If they could stand on their own, then the stand's probably just an extra item. Yeah, so you got to build 2 of these, just as a note. Of course, you can have a buddy help you out with bag number 12 too, and you can get this done a little faster. Yeah, every time you start out a build, you always got extra pieces, but remember, this is 2 of them here. Hard to say what we're doing here. This might be a fast build installment after all here. We don't know yet because I haven't gotten that far. Yeah, if you got any more movies or shows you want to recommend me, let me know. Then we can have like a book discussion. If you're gonna, I don't want to get into manga or anything like that. I don't know if anybody here even read that stuff. I don't think I can get into comics. Well, I call them comic books, but or let's say, what would you call those? They're not really comic books, as they're more expanded. An expanded comic book. More involved. Okay, these come in green. I have a few of them in green, but maybe we'll get a few more of them here. Yeah, I get this many pieces, but you notice a lot of it. This set has a little bit of everything, small, medium, and large. It's not like we're messing with just small pieces. We're not messing with just large pieces. It's a little mix of everything. So far, I'm going to say my build experience is really good. We're still at a 9.5. So building experience is pleasant in this set. It's keeping my interest. Build quality, except for the plants, usually that's to be expected, but so far Venusaur hasn't crumbled apart. That's even better. And you know, that's what I'm looking for. How good is the build? Is it sturdy? So obviously these are going to be the legs. When I do my builds, I look for things like this too. How can I make things so where you don't have to do it? And 2, if I'm filming a tutorial, and if we're making a clone, you've always seen me, first thing I do is I start building one of these. Then I'll slide the next one in and say, okay, yeah, I got to build 2 of them. That's what I do. If you ever get into tutorial building, yeah, just kind of, okay, we're going to build a few of these. I did get a comment, somebody asked, you know, it's kind of tedious to go through all the parts. Jay, why don't you have a parts list posted? I got tired of people not reading the description in my videos. I used to have parts lists in there and nobody would read the description. I mean, literally, I would have somebody say, where's the parts list at? Description. You know where the parts list at? It's in the description. And it got to the point of why bother posting it in there. So I just stopped doing it and put them as a building guide. And now I get the... why do you charge for building guides or parts list? Yeah. Why don't you just put them in the description? Well, I would, but nobody reads that, right? You know, and 2, the parts list in a description of a video doesn't really help out because you got to copy all the entries anyways. One person recommended, why don't I just show the parts that are in the beginning of the video? I could, but then I'd have to make videos behind a paywall, because when I do these, when I'm doing a tutorial, I don't know what parts are in until I go through and proof the video, because I have to build along. I used to do it back another way back in the old days, but the problem with that was it was just so time consuming to write up a parts list like that. So, you know, and especially when nobody was reading the descriptions for the parts list, it just kind of made it not worth it. So that's what I said, no. Plus now with the building guides and the technology, you can just see the picture of the part. If I say a 1x2 plate with stick, that's a stick, but there's other versions of it too. I mean, and also the part numbers. Lego changes part numbers all the time. I don't get that, but you know, it's just something we have to deal with. So it just depends. Yeah, I gotta go up in the crawl space today or whenever, and I gotta pull out my plumbing parts for the air condition, since now we're going to have a guy come out here and fabricate something, because I don't want him using my parts and double billing me. I've had it happen before. I'll bring some parts, like, oh, I already got the parts here, I bought the best. Next thing you know, they would bill me for using my parts, and that's not going to float my boat. You got to watch out with some of these guys, that they'll do that. Like I had to deal with that today, and thought, well, they kind of get annoyed with it. I'm asking all these questions. I'm like, well, yeah, with that kind of money, I'm dropping in on something. I want to know exactly what you're doing and how you're doing it. I'm not a HVAC tech, but I could tell when something's not done quite right. It's like I even told them, like, hey, there's nothing wrong with the air conditioning, still blowing cold, free on, the refrigerant is topped off. No need to mess with that. Just go up there, change the part, done. It's over 20 years old, just change it, put a new one in there. Well, they're probably looking at me like, why don't you do it yourself? I have to take time off my day job to do that. Alright, and we're adding more pieces to the top. Yeah, so just chores. If you're a kid watching this, like a young kid, or watching this with your parents, you're lucky. You don't have to deal with all that. I want to be a kid again. I don't want to do all the boring adult stuff. But, you know, oh, I want to be an adult. No, you don't. It's not fun. And let's see here. Alrighty. You know, I bet these are probably mirrored on both sides, but I'm not going to... okay, that's not supposed to go there. You know what? I think the best option would be to start with this guy here first. Okay. I don't know if they're going to be mirrored or not. I'm not sure. They might be, because I see the same parts. Let's see. Are they? Oh, it's different. Okay, now I'm glad I checked. Hey, at least I didn't mislead you this time. I at least looked a page further and thought, oh, no, maybe it is. Oh, it is. It is the same on both sides. All right, you know what? I'm just going to, let's keep it like this. Let's just finish up one side at a time here. Okay. You know. It's like, okay, what do I want to do? Okay, let's do it this way. Okay, let's see here. I had a professor that used to do that. Okay, this goes on the other side here. We haven't done that side yet, so we got to separate those. Yeah, some people I know, their kids don't want to go to college that thinks it makes them into a nerd. It doesn't. Are you guaranteed a better job? Not really. But get your foot more in the door. And then we take a couple of these. Uh-oh, this one's facing the wrong way. How am I going to make that fit? I mean, there's people there who don't know that. Okay, and then that takes care of that. Oh, we got studs on there. Okay, we'll put those there. Are those the warts? Let's see here. And then, at step 50, we're going to flip these over. Okay, now we're going to start on this side. So they're pretty much mirrors. Now I know how they go on. I can start preparing this a bit more. Alright, so, you know, you can build your set any way you want. You know, it's all about what's comfortable for you. If you don't like the way I'm doing something, these are just like recommended. You don't have to just say, well, Jay, I don't want to do what you're doing. You don't have to, you know. That's the beauty about Lego. You don't have to do what I'm doing. Whatever you see in your mind works. It's an art medium. It's like paints or a lump of clay. It's up to you to make this work into what you want it to be. Right now I'm building a Lego set. There's not much imagination in here, but I can still imagine what I could use these parts for. I can buy some of these pieces and think, oh, I could use this for making a tree or a house. Or I already have it. Like this right here would be perfect for like an awning or something for a 50s diner. Ooh, I got to show you this. You can see the different colors of those. Must have came from a different batch. Yeah, that's not too appealing, Lego. There's some out there who complain about that. You know, for me, they come from different batches. I'm not going to say anything. If they gave me a red one or something, you know, we're going to have problems. But not too bad. So yeah, both sides are just mirrors from one another. And it looks like we'll be wrapping up this installment here. Which is kind of a shame, though. These installments are kind of short, really, today. Hey, at least I'm breaking them down here. I mean, technically, I've already done 3 bags. I'm debating if I should just do another installment today and then just do the educational set. You know, because I don't have any more bags left. And that's what we have remaining there for bags 11 and 12. Now we got to put them on here. Oh, I see. Okay, those bars in there are going to go on these snaps. So I'm just going to dry fit them. I'm not going to snap them in just yet. I'm going to just kind of wiggle them in place and then pop them in. Just like that. Yeah, it's built very well indeed. Okay, summation of thoughts. And yeah, we're still at a 9.5. Things are pretty good. Life is good. Nothing's falling apart. Everything is so far is pretty well on this. I do see some discoloration of parts, but I mean, that's to be expected. And we're still a long ways away from completion, but if we look at the front of the book, yeah, we're a long ways to go here. But it looks like in the next installment we're doing pause. I'm going to pre-read for this real quick here. I may just do another one right now and just kind of get it done here. So it looks like each paw is probably a mirror for 13 and 14. We will do that. I'm just making sure here. And then 15 is a set of legs. Just checking out here. So I may be inclined to do yeah. So it looks like 15 and 16. Do one leg. I may have to read ahead in this and see how I'm going to break this down, because I really don't want to just stop in the middle of something like that. This bag 17 does another leg. And after that, 18 does more of it. And you plop it on there. I don't want to break this up more than I have to. Maybe we'll have to see how long it takes. I mean, because that right, looks like a frog here. I mean, it's basically what he is. But, I mean, we're almost halfway done here. I mean, look, we're getting there. We're getting really close here. So I think in the next installment, I think I'm just going to have to just see what we're doing. And I'll think about it then. Because it gives me 19, 20, and 21 to finish it up. Now, if I have to break it up in other installments, I'm usually doing things on time, about 30 to 40 minutes, no more than an hour. Because after that, it gets kind of tedious. But I think what I may do is I'm going to just do that. I may just do another build installment after this one here. And then do the educational set. Because I still got about 2.5, 3 hours left of card. I got a lot of card left, so I think that's my plan. So yeah, and so far though, it's looking pretty good, but tell me what you think.